Welcome to episode number 3 of this Vinny J PGA Tour 2K23 My Career series. And today I'm obviously continuing my Vinny J PGA Tour 2K23 My Career series. It's episode number 3 of this series, like I said 15 seconds ago, and like it says in the title. With that aside, I'm continuing this series as I know between there was about 2 months between the first and second episodes, and then about a week or two between the second and third episodes, which obviously this is episode number 3. Episode number 2 was a week or two ago, and then episode number 1 was like 2 months before episode number 2. But that aside, in this episode I'm going to be playing the WM Phoenix. In this episode I'm going to be playing the WM Phoenix Open at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. So yeah, in the FedEx Cup standings, I am 193rd with 6 FedEx Cup points. So yeah, the leader is Linda Ko, then it's Jon Rahm, Justin Thomas, Tiger Woods. Linda Ko is actually a lady. And if you're wondering why is there a lady in the PGA Tour, I don't know. I think the reason that is the case here in this game is because there's no W or LGPGA. So you know how there's like a WNBA and then an NBA. In real life, there's the PGA, and then there's the LPGA for ladies, Professional Golf Association. So there's the PGA and then the LPGA. But in this game, I don't think there's an LPGA. Therefore, they had the ladies playing with the guys. And Linda Ko from Great Britain, or from England, has 1,287 FedEx Cup points. Then Jon Rahm is in second with 945. Then it's Justin Thomas in third with 845. And then Tiger Woods in fourth with 692. And then you have me at 193rd with 6. So yeah, I'm going to show you the schedule. As this is week number, I believe, 9 is Bluff Championship. I finished dead last. That was the first episode. Seniority Championship, I finished tied for 62nd. Shiner's Children Open, I was tied for 103rd. The Champions Invitational, I didn't qualify, and that Linda Ko won it. The Ace Championship, which I played instead of the Champions Invitational because I didn't qualify for the Champions Invitational. I was tied for 81st in the Ace Championship at Tahitian Estate. That was the last episode of the series. The Falcon Open, I was +7, tied for 116th. Daybreak Classic, +12, tied for 154th, which was second to last place. And then the Farmers Insurance Open, I actually withdrew because I was at +9 through the first 9 holes, and I didn't feel like doing the back 9, so I actually withdrew. And then the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, I was tied for 70th. So, tied for 70th, is that my best finish right now is tied for 62nd, and then second best was tied for 70th in the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. And now we're at the WM Phoenix Open at TPC Scottsdale, in Scottsdale, Arizona. 18 holes, field size is 132 golfers, and then obviously the winner gets 500 FedEx Cup points. This episode and in the Genesis Invitational, you have to be top 100 in the FedEx Cup points for the current season, or win any event prior to this event. And then there's a North Shore Open, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. You have to be top 75 though in the FedEx Cup points. That ain't gonna happen. And then you play the Rockwell Open if you don't qualify for the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Players Championship, you have to be a top 100 or win any event prior to this event. It's a TPC Sawgrass, the famous island green on hole 7 on the famous island green on hole 17. That's at TPC Sawgrass. Then there's the Last Par Championship, the Valero Texas Open, and then the Legends Championship. You have to win any major, which a major is like the Players Championship, I think, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. So you have to win any major or be top 50 in the FedEx Cup points. And there's the Norwood Invitational. You have to win any event prior to this event or be top 100 in the FedEx Cup points. Zurich Classic in New Orleans, no requirements. Wells Fargo Championship, no requirements. The Golf Club Championship, win any major or win any event in current season. RBC Canadian Open, no requirements. Northwest Open, win any major or be top 50 in FedEx Cup points. No Travelers Championship, no requirements. John Deere Classic, no requirements. Genesis Scottish Open, top 100 in FedEx Cup points. Miller Championship is a replacement for the Genesis Scottish Open if you don't if you don't make it. World Championship, you have to win any major or be top 50 in FedEx Cup points. And then there's this Ford Shores Championship, which is a replacement for the World Championship if you don't make it. The 3M Open, the Rocket Mortgage Classic, the Knot Championship, and this Knot Championship is the last tournament in the regular season, because then you have the FedEx St. Jude Championship, the BMW Championship, and then the Tour Championship. So, I mean, you have to be top 125 for the FedEx St. Jude Championship, top 70 for the BMW Championship, and then the top 30 golfers in FedEx Cup points. Those 30 golfers go to the Tour Championship at, Eastlake. And then, obviously, that's it. So then, obviously, this is the 9th week of the season. The next episode of the series will be the next episode of the series will be the Valero Texas Open at TPC San Antonio. So that will be, like I said, the next episode of this series. But obviously, for this episode of this series, so the next episode of the series will be the Valero Texas Open at TPC San Antonio. That's the next episode. But obviously, this episode is the WM Phoenix Open at TPC Scottsdale. Obviously, this is TPC Scottsdale. The next episode will be TPC San Antonio. So yeah, 18 holes. Like I said, there's 132 golfers, and the winning golfer. And there's 18 holes, 132 golfers, and then the winning golfer, the golfer that wins it all, wins this tournament, will get 500 points in the FedEx Cup standings. So yeah, let's play the event. Let's decline that rivalry. I accepted the rivalry in the first episode with Ricky Fowler, and then obviously that didn't go as planned. So it's a par 71. The difficulty is easiest. Fairway 71.5 out of 131, and then yards is 7,258. So let's begin the round. Let's go. So yeah. So obviously there's a lot of tournaments, especially towards the end for the FedEx St. Jude Championship, BMW Championship, the Tour Championship, and then obviously the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and then some of the other tournaments where there's requirements actually to play in them. Obviously, like this one, there's no requirements, but there's 6 or 7 other ones, the big name ones where you have to be where there's requirements. So I doubt I'll be playing in those, but you never know, I guess. Let's watch the presentation. These 2K announcers.
2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Waste Management Phoenix Open is about to kick off.
So WM stands for Waste Management. So it's the Waste Management Phoenix Open here at TBC Scottsdale. So yeah, Luke Evely, Rich Bean, Henny Kovacic, and then John McCarthy, I believe, are the 4 announcers. There's one play-by-play announcer, 1 color analyst, and then there's 2 announcers that follow the players around the course. So yeah, one play-by-play announcer, 1 color analyst, and then like I said, there's 2 announcers that follow the players on the course. This is a 398-yard par 4. As we're underway here in Scottsdale, at TPC Scottsdale. As by the way, fun fact, my grandma and grandpa actually live in Arizona. We have a house in Minnesota and Arizona. And I'm actually going to Arizona next week. Or later this week, actually, because it's Sunday right now. I'm going to Arizona this coming Saturday. And they live near Scottsdale. They live in the Phoenix area. But fun fact, they've actually been to this tournament. I haven't been, but they have been, where they've stood over on the side over here, over there, or behind the green, and they stand at the 9th green, they watch the players go by and all that good stuff. And here's a shot, and it's did on the just short. But yeah, they've been to this tournament before, and they've stood off to the side on the fairway or behind the green and watch the. Let's just say they stand behind the 9th green. They watch the players obviously hit their approach shot, putt, and then obviously they see all the players do that. So that's good for them. And now here's a chip attempt, and that's actually a pretty good chip, and that will be for par from a few feet. So they've either stood, like I said, on the side, on the fairway, or they stood behind, let's just say, the 9th green and watched the players hit their approach shot, then putt, or hit their approach shot, possibly chip, then obviously putt, and then they watch all the players do that. So they've done that, I think, at least 2 times, so that's good for them. And this is for my par, and it's good. So Linda Cho, not obviously, but Linda Cho through 7. She's the leader at -2. And by the way, for all the rounds or for all the tournaments, I put the length of each tournament to only 1 round. I know in real life there's 4 rounds: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But in this game, I put each tournament to 1 round because I don't want to be sitting here doing 4 rounds. Or you could do 1, 2, 3, or 4 rounds, but I was like, I don't want to be doing multiple rounds, so each tournament length is only 1 round, and that should be good still. Although it's still good. But this is a nice course. As my grandma and grandpa live, Scottsdale is near Phoenix, and my grandma and grandpa live in the Phoenix area, and I'm seeing them. Like I said, today's Sunday for me. I'm going this upcoming Saturday, March 9th. I'm staying from March 9th to March 16th, so Saturday to Saturday. So yeah, 131 yards out. Second shot, I believe this is a par 4. Clear the bunker. Okay, it's going to clear the bunker. It's going to hit just past the pin, and it will stay on the green. So a little too much maybe. But now I'm going to have, I believe, a downhill putt for birdie. So 19 feet. It's a big slope to the right, so I got to aim it probably like this far outside. Also, I don't want to hit it too hard. Never mind. That was a misread. A big misread. Holy smokes, I'm trash. So yeah, par putt coming up, and then that slip. Like I said, par putt coming up, so it's not going to be that far outside. Here's my par putt, and it's good. So despite that first putt, which was kind of bad, so back-to-back pars on a par 4 to start the day. So hey, I'm tied for 11th at even. Linda Cho -2 through 8. And there's some other guys that are in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, but I've never heard of any of the other guys. Surprised there's not like one of the big name guys. 558 par 5. Even par, tied for 11 through 2. And you can see some houses over there, and so you can see the people on the fairway, and then obviously there's people behind the green. But my grandma and grandpa say they would stand like behind the green and watch, like I said, the approach shot, that possibly a chip or 2, and then watch the players putt, and then obviously they would see all the players do that when they come through. And here's Tiger Woods for birdie. As he is in this tournament, he's just not in the top 4. And that was a good birdie putt down a hill from like 20 feet. So that's for birdie for Tiger. And obviously he was in that bad car accident in February of 2021, but now he's obviously still has problems, at least in real life. This is a 5 hybrid from 256 on a par 5. Can I get on in 2? Okay, I cannot get on in 2. The reason why I can't is because there's that rough area with like cactuses and bushes you can see, so it kind of laid up here. But I'm shooting my 3rd now from 50 yards. It's a lob wedge. Never knew that was a thing. I know that there's a sand wedge, pitching wedge, and dap wedge, but I never knew there was a lob wedge. But lob wedge it is, right into the sun, and that's going to be for birdie. That was a good shot with the lob wedge. Might be coming back a little. No, 53 yards. And it's going to be for birdie from about, 10 feet? 10 feet. So, I mean, it looks like it's gonna go a little right left, a tad, and for birdie, turn. Oh, just over the right edge, and it goes a couple feet past the hole. Little too hard, but and the par putt is good, so tied for 13th, even through 3, and Garrett Hiddo is now tied with Linda Toe and Keith Mitchell. So there's a 3-way tie for first right now, but hey, 3 pars. I mean, in the last episode, I think I had the first, 7 holes I had pars. Here in this episode, the first 3 I have pars, which, hey, I'll take. First par 3, 6 iron, 175. And it'd be nice or nuts if I got a hole-in-one. This is not going to be a hole-in-one. Should go on the green, though, as it hits the first cut, but it's over to the right. 180 yards. It's kind of rolling back. It's going to be about, 20 feet, give or take, maybe even more than that for a birdie, but at least if I got at least 2 putt. I got to avoid 3 putts. Here's John Rahm from the 7th, and he chipped it in for birdie. So he chipped in from number 7. I'm not on number 7, but John Rahm, at one point he was number 1 in the world. I'm not sure if he still is, but he is. That's 28 feet for birdie. It's downhill. It looks like right left, but not a lot. And here we go. It's coming towards the hole. Didn't aim high enough, but it does check up left of the hole, maybe 2-3 feet. So it's hopefully I can get this for a par, and I can. So a 2 putt from there, even through 4. Keith Mitchell now is in the solo lead, -3 through 5. Here, a 5th hole, par 4, 461, so it's obviously a long par 4. And that's should avoid the bunker, as it's right in the middle of the fairway. And as long as it doesn't bounce right, it bounces a little, well, really straight. And there's a little more junk to get over, so I probably could try to do that on the green. 154, 8 iron, I can probably do it, over that junk down to the green. Hopefully that's maybe a little right. Okay, it's over the junk, it's on the green. And it's going to stop right there. It's to the, hopefully it stops right there. It's 155 yards. It's 154 now. It's slowly creeping, but it should be good. And it is good. So that's for birdie. See, a lot of these times I've been on in 3 or 4. And now here's Will Zalatoris. Did he chip it in? Okay, apparently he almost chipped it in, but he just missed the hole. But I like Zalatoris. He kind of looks like me. Here we go. Spot on the top 5, apparently. This is for birdie. I mean, I've been on in 3, or, well, 1, 2, or 3. So I've been on for a chance to get a birdie putt. I've been on every hole, but I haven't been able to get one yet. And I still haven't, as I did not aim it high enough. And that's going to be, it's no dimmy. Especially with me, but hopefully I can make this. Par putt, and I made it. Whew! It caught the right edge and went in. Keith Mitchell, -4 through 6. He has a 3-stroke lead on 3 other golfers, including that Linda Toe. Here, a par 4, and there's water over to the right. But that's way over to the right, and there's also water way in the back. There's also a bunker, and I'm in the bunker. As I'm in the fairway bunker. As that's unfortunate, but 128. Let's see. As I'm going to get on again, unless I jump off, as that came out screaming. And I'm on the first cut. I'll probably putt that, though, but this is only a birdie putt, because I mean, I could chip this. Okay, I'm actually going to chip it. Usually I don't do this, but I'm going to chip it. As that was maybe a good decision, as that's a good chip. As it's going to be leave a few feet for par. 3 feet. I mean, it almost looks like it's straight into the cup. And it's not straight into the cup, as I That was bad. As I missed that 3-footer, now I'm +1 through 6, so I had 5 pars, now a bogey. Keith Mitchell, -5. He's up on 3 strokes on Will Zalatoris and another golfer. Now here's a par 3 where John Rahm chipped in. It's a 5-wood, because it's 225. So it's that hopefully will stay on the green. Pin is back to left. I hit it right in the middle of the green, and that should stay on, hopefully, or it might get on that first cut. It's kind of rolling away from the pin. 231-yard 5-wood, but now here's like a big slope, 47 feet for birdie. Yeah, I completely flumped that. Yeah, I flumped that. This is where I start. I mean, this is a big putt. Go in. Oh, just passed. So hopefully I can make that for bogey, but I'll be back-to-back bogeys. I made that, so I did 3 putt. That's back-to-back bogeys. So I had 5 pars to start, then back-to-back bogeys. I'm +2 now. But if I did on, and here's Tiger Woods, number 2 on second shot on 9th. He isn't. This is like a long shot. Did he put it in? No, he didn't. But he's within like what, a foot. Should be a tap-in birdie for Tiger. I like Tiger. So Keith Mitchell's up by 3, -5. I'm +2, tied for 27 through 7. I mean, hopefully one of these times I can get on. Like here, I think it's a par 3. Hopefully I can get on in 3 and actually make the. Or get on in 2, I meant, and then hopefully make the birdie putt, or at least get par, and because I had 5 pars and now back-to-back bogeys, 168, 7-iron. Okay, it comes back a little. It's going to be pin high. It's actually going to be past the pin. Maybe I should have, but hopefully I can make par from there at least. It'd be nice if I had made one of these long putts. And no, I can't, and I rocketed it past the hole. And look where it's going. I'm speeding this up a little bit. But now this is for par. Go in. Man, literally it's maybe 2 inches. 4 inches. So bogeyed 6, 7, and 8. So yeah, 5 pars and then obviously 3 straight bogeys. 5, 4, 5. 3 over. I mean, time for what? 33rd. Keith Mitchell has a 2-stroke lead now. As that Linda Toe is not even in the top 4 anymore. You're at a par 4 9th, 463, I believe it says. That's kind of right, and that's going to end up in the fairway bunter, as it's going to one-hop into the bunter. And I said that before it even went in, because I knew it was going to. So I'm doing a 5 hybrid from the bunter, and it's a bullet, as it's going to bounce off the edge. Man, first 5 holes were great, but since then I've bogeyed. Here's a lob wedge. Go in. Oh, it was a little too hard, but now, oh no. Oh, now it's off the bat side, man. And then I do that, and now it's gonna roll back. I'll roll back a little. Man, and this is for bogey. My goodness, this is how I implode myself. Go in. Okay, I need to make this for double. But my goodness, I'm just trash. Okay, I do make double, but just to pit. So 5 pars and obviously a bogey, and then a double. So I finished with a 40 on the front 9, which in real life I would take. Usually I shoot like a 48, 50, or even more than that in real life. But +5 now, tied for 58. Keith Mitchell -4. Only a 1-stroke lead on Henrik Nolander, or whatever his name is. Par 4, tied for 58th. If I can hit a few birdies, I mean, I had what, all those 5 pars to start off, as I barely missed a bunter. That was a good job they did around that bunter. But like those 5 pars, I think each of those holes I had a birdie putt, which I missed. So now gap wedge 120. And so 120 from the gap wedge, as I did the last clip ended right when the ball was in midair. So now hole 14. Let's try to get back to 4 under here with a birdie. Here's Zalatoris chipping for par, and he chips it in for par. Good job, Will. Come on, if I did a few birdies, I mean, it almost looked straight to me. I'm gonna go straight. Oh no, well, hopefully I can. Well, looks like I'm gonna end that bogey streak. I will. So I did a par. So I'm still at +5, tied for 58th. Keith Mitchell is still up 1 on Henrik Norlander. So never heard of that guy. Par 4, still +5. So at least I ended that bogey streak where I was plus what, 5 through 4 holes. As I shot a 40 on the front 9. I mean, if I can shoot maybe like, even if I shoot like even par on the back, which would be a 36 actually, because it's a par 71. So it's 35-36. Usually it's 36-36, but in this case it's 35-36. Zalatoris for par from the bunter. And does he chip it in again? Yes, he does. So that's what, like, that's back-to-back holes where he's chipped it in for par. This one from a bunter.
Second shot 11 is very difficult. Water hugging the
176. There is water.
Fronting the green is no fun. The one in the
And come on, tip left. And it tips back really. And pin high just to the right though. And I barely hit the trigger or the swing, which is the right stick. And that's gonna be for par. So that was a good chip. And par, so hey, +5 through 11, tied for 58th. Keith Mitchell still up by 1 through 12. Linda Ko is tied for 3rd, -2 through 17, so she only has 1 hole left. And really, she probably has to birdie it to have any chance. But she also still has a chance, only 2 backs, because you never know if a leader has a double bogey or back-to-back bogeys, because he still has, what, 7 holes left. So par 3, 201, 5 hybrid. There is water. I didn't pay attention. Stop. And I am... Is that the water? That is not the water, but almost in the water. And here's a chip. And that was a good chip from there. I know it's past the hole about 10 feet, but that was a good chip. As I was, what, like 2 feet from going to the water. But this is going way right. Par putt. Never mind. I can't read any greens. I can't read greens. That is a bogey. At least I avoided double, but now +6. So yeah, I just can't. I can't read greens. Now hole 15, so I'm +6. If I just did a couple birdies, the goal here is to hopefully break 80. Is chipping in, it was wrong. Yeah, great job. I wish I could chip it in. I don't think I've ever chipped it in. I have got birdies before, and I think I got 1 eagle. The eagle was off camera. +6 through 12, tied for 80th. Keith Mitchell through 13. He's still -4. Linda Ko finished at -2. So I mean, if the leader has a double bogey or a couple bogeys. Here we go. 554 par 5, number 13. And there's a large body of water, but that is clearly over it. Let's see if I can get it on in 2, because in the last episode I was on in 2. on 2 different par 5s, but then ended up parring, 3-putting and parring, and then 4-putting and bogeying. It's just a 3-wood, and it says I hopefully made it on in 2. That is like a low sinking bullet, but I am on in 2. Unless that goes off the bat side, but it should stay right there. And yes, this is an eagle putt. Third.
Has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality.
No, I bulleted that by the hole. What the heck am I doing? Man, it's just like, sometimes I'm so dumb. For birdie. Go in. Oh, I just missed that, but so again I was on in 2 and then 3-putted. So from a foot, par putt. So at least I stay at +6, tied for 80th still. The leader is -3 now, so he still has a lot of holes to play. So I don't know. Par 4, 473. Looks like it's a dog-led left. So somewhat. But yeah, that's disappointing. I know it was a long eagle putt, but also just missed the birdie putt. But also I put the eagle putt so far away from the hole. But I don't know. That's just disappointing. 185 or 180 or whatever. That is hit the left. That should hit the left. Okay, never mind. It won't, and it doesn't, and it's right. Here's hole 18. Who's on 18 now? Will Zalatoris, tied for 7th. And he's on the green, and the amount of times they put it in the hole, is this going in? Okay, it doesn't, but it's literally a foot away from the hole. Or less. But like, the amount of times the computer does that is nuts. Can I put one in? Go in! Oh, it just went past. Is that for par? Yeah, I really need to. So I can't make any birdies at all. And nope. And I bet I'll miss this too. This is just so frustrating. Okay, I made that, so +7 through 14, tied for 96th. The field size is what, 132, so I just don't want to get last. 536, par 5. Let's see if I can get on in 2 again, and actually did. It'd be cool if I got an eagle. I got one. It was off camera, but I think I saved the replay somewhere on this PS4. There's an island green in 2. Can I get on in 2? I guess why not? 3-wood. And I pulled that to the right. Did over. Did in the bunker. Whoa! It stopped on like the lip of the bunker. So, but I'm on. I mean, this is for eagle. And I chipped it past, and I might be in the other bunker. And I stopped on the edge of the other bunker. So I'm in. So now that's for par, but it's a longer par putt than I wanted it to be. And I screwed it up again. I mean, it just, man. And I made the par putt, so I mean, par, bogey, par, bogey, par. So I mean, I'm still at what, +7? So now here's this famous hole. On what hole is this? 15? How's that a bot screen? 16th. Yeah, welcome to the jungle. It's not. 9 iron. As that.
Just a little work to the left-hand side.
As I'm on the first cut.
What's going on?
Now here's hole 18. So there's 3 holes left. Let's see if I can hit 3 pars to stay at.
Set for his next shot here on the 18th.
Tiger Woods to finish with a birdie, and he almost chipped that in to end, but he's gonna have a tap-in par to end his day.
Second shot here on the 16th.
And now second shot on the 16th, and that's a good chip. I mean, I got it within what, a few feet. Hopefully I can hit a par here.
That's a tasty-looking chip.
Tied for 96th.
You better believe it is great stuff to watch.
And hey, there's my par. So 2 holes left, plus 7 through 16. Minus 3 is still the leader. He has through 16 as well, so we're in the same group. He has 2 holes left with a 1-stroke lead over, I think, Linda Toe, and I think there's 2 other golfers with minus 2 as well. And that was a very drivable par 4. Just going to be short though. But I'm going to be chipping for eagle, as I might have been on I probably would have been on if I was over to the left a little more. I don't know how short it was. So now chipping for eagle, I guess. And oh, go in! Oh man! But hopefully I can put that in. As I do put in the birdie putt. So that's my first birdie of the day. So plus 6, as the leader also got a par. We're in the same group, so going in the last hole, he needs a par or a birdie. A par or better, he wins. If he bogeys, then there's going to be a playoff. If he double bogeys, he would lose. And we're in the same group because we're both through 17. Here we go, last hole. At least I got a birdie, my second ever birdie on camera. I've got like 10 birdies or something like that total. That was a good bounce right there. 10 birdies, give or take, total, and then 2 on camera, including the one I just got. And then, like I said, 1 eagle, which was off camera. I almost chipped that one in. 142, 9 iron. Let's end with a bang.
The second shot at the 18th is fairly straightforward, but how
and that should stop. And so I'm gonna have a pretty long birdie putt, but it'd be epic if I can make this, or at least par, so I can finish plus 6. I don't know what I'll do this. That's pretty straight to me. Oh man, hit that too hard. Man, this is for par. Let's make this. Here we go, par putt at the end. Hopefully I can make this. Maybe. And go in! Go in! Oh, just over the right edge, or the left edge. And I'm going to end with a bogey. So I birdied, and then obviously I gave it right back with that bogey. But that's it, as who won? So I ended up with plus 7.
not stellar by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it was quite pitiful, to be fair.
And the leader, Henrik Norlander, actually birdied that last hole, so he wins by 2 strokes over Linda Toe, Derek Hiddo, and Adam Hadwin. They were all minus 2, and then Keith Mitchell and Zach Johnson minus 1, and then yeah, Stotty Scheffler, Matt Homa, Will Zalatoris all even, and then that's the top 7, or top whatever, and then I don't know what I was, but I was not last. So I'll take it. I mean, I think in the last episode I was what, plus 6, this is plus 7, so I mean, there was an option when I started this series to start, I think, in like golf school, the Korn Ferry Tour, which is like AAA, or the PGA Tour. I decided to start on the PGA Tour because it's just a video game. I had fun. If I shot a plus 7, as I go from 193rd to 194th, I got 0 FedEx Cup points. Linda Toe got 209, Derek Hiddo got 209, Adam Hadwin got 209, obviously. Henrik Norland, they're the winner. Went up to 8th in the FedEx Cup standings. Went up 69 places to 8th. Got 500 points. He finished with -4, so he birdied that last hole while I bogeyed it. I got one birdie, but obviously gave it right back. Birdied on the 17th hole, but then bogeyed the 18th hole. It's tied for 96th. So, I mean, there was 132 golfers. So, I mean, a lot of, look at this whole page right here. That's all Americans. And obviously then, Tiger Woods tied for 20th with a 73, which was, what, +2? I mean, I finished with a 78, which obviously in real life I'm like, usually I shoot around a 95, 100, or maybe even like a 110. It just depends. Some days I can, if I'm on my game and putt and chip well and then keep the ball in bounds and keep it out of the water, I can shoot like a 95. Or I can be hitting the ball out of bounds, missing easy putts, hitting the ball in the water, and shoot like a 110. So it could be either like I said, a 95-ish or like a 110-ish. It could be either one of those. I mean, I was tied for 96th with Garrett Woodland, Tyrell Haddon, Matt Wallace, and Joel Damon. And Sam Ryder, Seth Reeves, Kyle Stanley, and Patrick Rogers. So there was like an 8-way tie for 96th. And then there's other players, like Bubba Watson. He shot an 80. I mean, hey, I wasn't last. The person who was dead last, 132nd, was Eric Van Roden. He shot an 84, which would be a +13? Because it was a par 71, so he shot an 84, which would be a +13. So I'm not. There's other players. I broke 80. Obviously, in real life, if I shot a 78, I would make sure I'm not in a dream. But there's other players. That shot worse than me. Like Bubba Watson shot an 80. Now, I was what, +7? He would have been +9. And then obviously, like I said, the last place guy, that Eric Van Roden, 84. He was dead last. He shot an 84, which would be +13. So I got, like I said, 0 FedEx Cup points, but I did not finish in last. Last place finished +13. I finished +7. So hey, I'll take it. I've watched videos of other people playing this. I've watched other videos playing. I've watched other videos of people playing PGA Tour 2K23, and they're shooting like a -5, -7. Obviously, for me, I'm shooting a +7, but hey, it's just a video game. Obviously, I'm doing much better. In real life, I shoot, like I said, 95 or 100 or 110. So I shot probably, 20 strokes better in this game than I would have done in real life. Obviously, on the PGA Tour, +7, that's not really that good. And if it was 4 rounds, obviously, you probably wouldn't make the cut after Friday. But yeah, so obviously for all those tournaments and stuff where you have to be top 100 in the FedEx Cup points, or win a tournament prior to that tournament that requires you to win a tournament prior to that tournament. All those tournaments that actually have requirements, I won't be playing in because I won't be top 100 in FedEx Cup points or win any tournaments prior to that tournament, most likely. You never know, I guess, but I don't know, but it is what it is. Next episode of a series, like I said, will be the Valero Texas. Like I said, next episode of a series will be the Valero Texas Open at TBC San Antonio in San Antonio, Texas, obviously. As I just played on TBC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Obviously, the next episode will be at TBC San Antonio in San Antonio, Texas. But yeah. That'll be the next episode of a series, which will be episode number 4 of this series. As I hope you enjoyed this episode, which is episode number 3 of this series. And as I said, I am going to Arizona this upcoming Saturday, March 9th, which for me it's Sunday, March 3rd. For you guys, it may or may not be. I don't know when this video is going up, but either way, I'm going to Arizona from Saturday, March 9th to the next Saturday, March 16th. So the 9th to the 16th, Saturday to Saturday. So this will most likely be, this video will most likely be my last video before I go to Arizona. So like I said, this is most likely my last video before I go to Arizona. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video, regardless of when that video is and what it is, because I don't know what the next video on this channel will be. And then, like I said, it will most likely go up after I get back from Arizona. So either way, I still hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one, regardless of when that next video will be. If you hit subscribe, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 4 of this Vinny J PGA Tour 2K23 My Career Series. See you in episode number 4. And eat a lot of bacon. And I'll see you in my next video. See you then.